Hi guys, and welcome to another video brought to you by the good people at FM Wonderkids. Today we're going to be looking at defensive midfielders that you might want to sign in Football Manager 2016. As with the other games in this series, we have simmed the game for a good 6 years up until January 2023. This enables us to see how some players have grown and how their attributes have developed in that 6 year period. I'll be giving you also a indication of how much money you'll be looking to spend to get these players into your team at the start of the game. So let's get started with this guy here, Jorge Barrera. So he is a defensive midfielder, and he can also play in the centre of the park, which is something I like. I like to have my defensive midfielders personally playing in the centre of the park. He is solid as far as attributes go, as far as defensive attributes go, tackling, positioning, strength and stamina, but he's also got what you need in the centre of the park, which is all of these mental attributes. We'll have a quick look at his graph. He's a little bit short, so he's lacking aerially, but I think he makes up for that in his mental side of things and his physical side of things as well. We'll have a quick look at his average ratings here, so you can see all those sevens there. So he is a really good player. The great thing with this guy is you can buy him at the start of the game for less than £1 million. That is less than £1 million, 925,000, I believe. So if you go back to his profile, that's the kind of player who you do want in your team, and if you can pick him up for £925,000, it would be a fool who doesn't do that. Next up, we'll go for Ruben Neves, another little Portuguese chap. Again, his mentals are through the roof. He's got anticipation, composure, concentration, decisions, determination, positioning, tackling, passing. Again, someone who could be a deep lying playmaker or a ball winner. Plays in both positions. Great little player. Graph is really good defensively. So yeah, that's the kind of player that you want in that position. Looking at his average rating, he really does dominate games. As you see, he's joined Paris Saint-Germain here for 47 million. At the start of the game, you can pick him up for about 14 million. So that's value for money there. Next player we're going to go is Andres Cubase. A bit more defensive than the others, but he's also got the vision and the passing. So he's a bit like a Argentinian Michael Carrick, really. So he's got the passing and the defensiveness in the first touch, but he's maybe lacking a bit of that attacking edge. Have a look at his graph here. He's a very short guy. He's 5'4", sorry. So his aerial side of the graph there is very small. His jumping reach is only 4, which is quite funny. But he's a tenacious little guy in the middle of the park, and he's the kind of player who you want nipping around at people's heels. Put him as a ball-winning midfielder. I'm sure he'd do a great job for you. Again, his average ratings are really good. He joined Gelsenkirchen here for £7.5 million, but you can pick him up for around £4 million at the start of the game. Next, we're getting into the top two. William Carvalho, a Portuguese guy who I would definitely look at signing if I was a top team at the start of the game. Again, he's got all the defensive stuff that you're looking for right here. He's got the truckload of mental attributes, which is great in the middle of the park, but he's also got the passing ability and the vision and the physicals. So he's absolutely outstanding little player. Looking at his graph, perfect. That's exactly what you want. And his average ratings are absolutely banging all the way from the start of the game. He will cost you a little bit more. It'll cost you about £27 million to buy at the start of the game. But as you see here, he's at Man United. He is a top player, 36.5 million they paid for him. Right, now time for the pièce de résistance, Thiago Maya. This is a gem of a player. As you can see, similar to all the other guys, he's got those stats which you're looking for, as well as the vision and the passing. So he is someone who can play a deep line playmaker role, as well as a more defensive kind of role. He's solid all over the park. His graph is really good defensively, probably the best out of the lot. And the icing on the cake with this guy, he's so cheap at the start of the game, you can pick him up for around £5 million because he's only valued at about 550k at the start of the game. He's 18. Perfect little player, exactly what you want. Again, the average ratings are dominating. £29 million he goes for there in 2019-20. So he's definitely the player I'd be looking at signing straight away. So thanks very much for watching. That was defensive midfielders. Next we're going to go into kind of more of a central midfield, more of an orthodox central midfield role. So we'll be looking at Paul Pogba, for example, who will cost you a lot of money. You're talking about £100 million, but he is probably the greatest player in the game, as he was in the last game. So I'll be showing you him, and I'll be also showing you again some more bargains that you can pick up. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.